Can't really explain how ecstatic I am about this moment, because this is really one of those milestone, dare to believe moments for the city of New London. Because when I first started working with Tony, I used to just harass him about being, you know, the president, executive director of the Southeastern Connecticut Chamber of Commerce, but he had an office on the second floor out I won't say that because I think my partner Rob Brule is here from Waterford. Rob, we do love you. But, you know, I thought they needed to be back in the urban center. They needed to be back here in the urban center. And Tony's tenaciousness made this happen, and it wasn't easy. And, you know, he really did it alone. It wasn't, you get some developers and the project's hard, and, you know, every day it feels like, you know, the city administration's part of the team, but Tony carried this project on his shoulders. It was his vision, it was his leadership that made this happen, and so that's what makes him such a great partner. And you see the city of New London, you know, we say it's happening, because what's happening is everything that the natives of this city believed could happen, but we were just stumbling and stumbling for decades. And as businesses and people moved out to the suburbs in the 70s and the 60s, now everything comes full circle, and we have the businesses and the residents moving back, and this is becoming a vibrant urban center for this great metropolitan region. We all have to work together, and my partners, you know, like Rob Brule in Waterford, and Montville and all the towns around us, they understand that New London has to be vibrant for Southeastern Connecticut to be vibrant, and it's with partners like Tony Sheridan that it's really happening right now. So I thank you so much, Tony, for everything you've done. Thank you.
Now it's my privilege and my honor to introduce the leader of the Chamber of Commerce of Southeastern Connecticut, Tony Sheridan.
This has been a 4-year project. It started in 2019 when the Board of Directors voted to proceed down this path. And quite frankly, it wasn't always easy. There were a lot of hurdles we had to get over and a lot of money we had to raise, and we're still raising it. And it all got stopped in 2020 when we had the pandemic and everything was put on hold, and but we still continued to look for the right building. I looked at 8 buildings, and some of my board members at times joined me in looking at them, and I could always tell immediately when I brought them to a building, the look on their face. It was clear it wasn't the right building. But we started with this building, and we ended up with this building because it is the right building. As you can see, it's a gateway, it's a billboard, it's the center of town, it's in a enterprise and opportunity zone. Everything is right about this building. Now, we started by getting a small grant from CT Next to do a feasibility study, and I know Oni is here. Where are you, Oni? Put your hand up. There you go. Without that seed money, we really couldn't have gone much further. It gave us enough information to know that not only was the development the right development, but it was necessary, and that the research we did indicated so. Then we gathered letters of support from our various mayors, first selectmen, by the way, I believe the first selectman in Waterford sent a letter of support, Mike. Thank you, Rob. And then we, of course, decided to launch a capital campaign. The building is 8,300 square feet. It's located in, as I said, in an enterprise and opportunity zone, and quite frankly, it's what the governor wants to see: a public-private partnership. Everybody wants money. Everybody needs money, but I'm proud to say, because of our benefactors and because of our supporters, the funding for this building is approximately 50-50, 50 coming from the government and 50% coming from the private sector. And that's something to be proud of. So as soon as we knew that the plan and the concept would work, we decided to go on a capital campaign, I guess. We also decided in 2022 to purchase the building, and that was a long, drawn-out process as well. But we got there. We got there in part, and I want to make a big deal out of this. We got there because 3 of our local banks, who are continually in competition with each other, came together to provide a bridge loan to allow us to purchase the building and to start moving forward. That's actually quite unusual, I believe, but it speaks to the commitment that these banks have for doing what's right for our community. The banks were the effort was led by Chelsea Groton, Tony Joyce. I know, where's Tony? Thank you again. And Brian Ornstein, who I think Brian is here. Brian, if you are, thank you again for your support on this effort. And Dime Bank. The 3 banks came together and gave us the necessary money to get started. So the effort was led by a building committee, and I'm giving you a very brief history here, and I'm going to be as brief as I can, but it's important that people understand the kind of community we live in. So the effort was led by our building committee, and I know North Wheeler from Mystic Builders is here somewhere. Where are you, North? Thank you, Nord. They were very, very helpful in terms of the design and what the building looked like, the potential pitfalls, and putting a project like this together is not easy, and it's certainly not easy for somebody who's never done it before. So they were incredibly helpful. We then proceeded to hire John Carlin. Where's John? John. Carlin Construction, no better in the area. Thank you, John, and your entire team. Bill, especially Bill, who is here all the time. Where are you, Bill?
Oh, Billy.
So anyway, great company to work for and work with, rather. And then Silver Petrocelli, and they are the architects who worked on this. And Amanda Cleveland, I know Amanda's here somewhere. They have since moved their office onto State Street in New London. There you go. Thank you, Amanda. So all this is to say that our goal at the Innovation Center is to provide support for all who wish to follow their passion and start a business in the region. We can now provide modern co-working offices and space with access to all of the Chamber's networks. And you don't have to belong to the Chamber, mind you. We prefer you would. But anyone who wants to start a business are welcome here, Chamber member or not. Eventually, we'll convince them to join, mind you. So, anyway, all the services the Chamber has to offer will be available to everyone. Now, I want to call out Comcast business. I know they have, well, here we go, right behind me. And where's Nat and Paul? You folks are amazing. We have the state-of-the-art internet system. They brought a new cable in from the street, and if you want to take a look at our IT room, you'll be highly impressive with the quality of work they've done. And it's one of the fastest systems, I believe, around. So, again, I'm going to continue to thank a few more people. I want to start by also thanking the Chamber board members. Obviously, I'm their employee, and this wouldn't have gone anywhere without their full support. So Maria, and first of all, Dr. Stephen Cohen, who basically led the way at the beginning. He's since moved on, but then Dr. Mary Ellen Jarkowski and the entire board were instrumental in pushing forward with this effort. I tell you, there were many anxious moments because we're a small chamber, and as chambers go, and we're not a rich chamber, but the board felt strongly that this kind of system was necessary for this region, and they stood behind the effort the entire way. I mentioned North Wheeler and the building committee. North and your committee, thank you, because again, when you look around in here, they have a lot to say on what it looks like. They were very, very helpful. Chamber members, we've about 1,500 chamber members, and we also have a wonderful chamber foundation who partnered with us to make this happen. Lou Ziegler couldn't be with us tonight. He's chair of the board of the Chamber Foundation. But again, if there are any chamber board members here, they should be really thanked because they were very, very helpful. State of Connecticut. Everybody complains about how difficult it is to work with the state. I will tell you, that's not our experience. The development would not have been possible without the steady support of Governor Lamont and his entire team. The financial support that they provided was critical, but equally important was the positive attitude displayed by the DECD staff. Alexander Dom, who many of you know is the DECD commissioner, she was here yesterday, took a tour, couldn't be here today, but she is highly impressed with what we've done. So anyway, where was I? Okay, and all of them oversaw the development, every detail about the development of this center. And honestly, it's necessary to ensure that taxpayers' money is well spent and spent on the intended purpose. Elected officials, starting with the mayor and the council, very, very supportive, and really. I can't say enough about them. Every time we had an issue or a problem, Mike, you should know that they were there to help. So really appreciate that. So we also have a couple of people. We have Erin McBride here, and I don't know if there's anyone from Senator Murphy's office, and I don't know if there's anyone here from Senator Blumenthal's office or Congressman Courtney's office, but if they are, thank you very, very much. Yeah, I know. So, for your help and support throughout the process. I want to thank the Native Americans, both tribes. We're very proud to have these tribes in our midst. Both tribes partnered to offer a significant amount of money to help us, and we're going to have a room or an office or a conference room perhaps in honor of their commitment to the chamber. And they were both very, very helpful, and we greatly appreciate that. And certainly last but not least, our chamber staff. I'm sure there were times they thought I was crazy and that they thought the challenge was way above our capacity, and but they were supportive from day one, and especially for the ones who were with me from the very beginning. They really deserve a round of applause. Please do so. And I want to point out Alice Brown. Is Alice around here? Put your hand up, Alice, if you would. Alice is going to be the coordinator of the center, and she knows what she's doing. She came all the way from Washington State, where she was doing something similar, and including having 2 Native American tribes as part of her organization there. So Alice, thank you so much for that. So, I'm almost done. Our next chapter. So where do we go from here? With the opening of the Innovation Centre, we will continue with our traditional programs and events, but we'll also be adding 2 new programs going forward. One is our Entrepreneurial Academy. We thought the building would have been ready last year, so we ran a pilot program here at the Public Library, and we thought maybe if we got 10 or 12 people who are interested in joining, it's an 8-week program, 1 night a week. We thought if we got 10 or 12 people to work to do it with us as a pilot, we'd be happy. That was our intent going into it. Well, look at folks, 28 people signed up for the program. And I might add that approximately 50% of them were minority folk who were eager and willing to take a night out of their week, every week, to join the program. We had experts come in just about every field, legal and business plan. Tom Gizzo, Tom is our consultant. Where are you, Tom? You're here too. But Tom was one of our consultants who came in and spent the evening with everybody. We had 2 attorneys from Robinson and Cole who came in and talked about how important it is to determine what kind of a structure, partnership, sole proprietorship, and so on. Incredibly valuable. And we ended up with, so I want to say, 18, 20 or so, or maybe a little more than that, finishing the course, and 4 of them are in business today. 4. I was never good at math. So anyway, last but not least, I want to thank our partners, the Chamber, along with our foundation and our many partners, including EWIB, Sector, and Paul White-Scarborough is here. Paul, thank you for being here. And SBDC, SCORE, and others firmly believe that declaring Eastern Connecticut as a welcoming and supportive place to reside and conduct business will enhance the economic vitality of the entire region and will contribute significantly to a positive place to live, build, and grow a business. Okay, so let's move on. Paul Sava from Comcast Business, and I want to give them a couple of minutes at the mic. Paul, thank you so much for everything you've done. We could not be where we are without you folks.
Absolutely. Thank you.
There you go.
Good afternoon, and on behalf of the 500 Connecticut-based Comcast Business and Xfinity customers, we are thrilled to be a part of this. We congratulate you and the entire Chamber staff and the community, Tony, for bringing this to light 2 years ago on a hot June day. Tony had me sitting in that conference room. He says, come on down, I want to give you a tour. The air conditioning isn't quite working. I think it was about 144 degrees in that room, and he talked about the vision for what this could be. Now, we've had a tremendous partnership at Comcast Business with the Eastern Connecticut Chamber and with Tony for the 16 years that we've been doing business in the state. There is not a more earnest director of a chamber anywhere. And all of the commitments that Tony made to workforce development, the program that he just spoke of, were things that we talked about on that day, as to say, if we're going to be a part of this, this is what we'd like to see happen. And he absolutely made it happen. We came here in 2018 to New London specifically, providing our new 10G network, the fastest gig speed network. It's what we have in the building here to serve all of the businesses and residences here as well. And we could not be more thrilled with the affiliation that we've had with the Chamber and with Tony as well, and we're just thrilled to be a part of it, Tony. Thanks for having us.
One of our local bank leaders, Tony Joyce, who orchestrated our bridge loan and was really incredibly helpful, not only as a board member, but also looking at the finances of the whole project. Tony, thank you.
Thanks, Tony. So Chelsea Groton Bank and Chelsea Groton Bank Foundation are extremely proud to be able to be a founding partner in providing some of not only the bridge lending that Tony referenced earlier, but a cash capital contribution toward the private portion of the fundraising here. And we understand and appreciate the value of entrepreneurs and budding small businesses to a vibrant business community. We're happy to be part of that in any way that we can, whether it's providing funding here or providing advice through the banker in residence that we will be providing here. We'll have somebody stationed here to give complimentary business advice and financing advice and banking advice to all of the entrepreneurs. So again, Tony, thank you for allowing us to be part of this, and I would be remiss if I didn't recognize our partners in the bridge loan, Charter Oak and Dime Bank. They also played an integral part in making all this happen, so thank you.
I'm here on behalf of the Governor's Office and DECD. It's a fantastic opportunity, and we wouldn't have done this if we didn't see other people putting their money in and realizing that we were going to do something much bigger, and that the return on investment right here at the Innovation Center was going to yield more businesses, more jobs, and attract people from all over the world to want to come to this part of the state. And again, make Connecticut the incredible place that it is to live, work, and play. So thank you, Tony. I really appreciate you offering me the chance to be here with you today, and I wish you all the best of luck moving forward. Thank you.
We're honored that our Secretary of State, Stephanie Thomas, was able to join us this evening at the last moment. Stephanie, come on up and say a few words.
Thank you, Tony. I'll be short and sweet. Why is the Secretary of the State here? Because we love working with our chambers. We love entrepreneurs, because everybody who starts a business has to flow through our office. So I'll just say I'm so happy to have this Innovation Center. We love DECD and all the work they're doing. So please spread the word, because I have a whole division of people just waiting for all these new entrepreneurs to file their paperwork and get their businesses started in Connecticut. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephanie. And I'm going to ask our state delegation again, the group that were incredibly helpful with this effort, to come up.
Thank you. I want to thank everybody for being here today. This Innovation Center is going to be a huge asset to New London, and it really shows the continuance of New London happening with fellow legislators, State Rep Conley, State Rep McCarty, Senator Marks, Holly Cheeseman, who had to leave. We teamed up to try and make sure that the funding from the state was to get here. We had an easy relationship with the governor, and Anthony just spoke in regards to trying to help out, and we were very successful in that happening, and we're just so happy to present a citation from the General Assembly to Tony and his team. Can I have all the chamber personnel and the workers just raise your hands so people can see you, because this is for you also. All the communication that came into us and just allowing us to come and see the transformation was just an amazing thing, and we just are so appreciative for all the work that all of you put into it. So this is a General Assembly official citation, and it is from numerous representatives. And it says, "Be it here known to all that the Connecticut General Assembly hereby offers its sincere congratulations to the grand opening of the Chamber of Commerce of Eastern Connecticut's Regional Innovation Center. In recognition of the grand opening of this Regional Innovation Center in New London, in providing this space for the region's burgeoning startups, the Chamber of Commerce is fostering entrepreneurship and mentoring bright ideas meant to enrich our communities and state economy. We thank you for the promoting innovation in Eastern Connecticut, and we wish you many years of success. The entire membership extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion and expresses the hope for continued success." Signed by the President Pro Tem Martin Looney, Speaker of the House Matt Ritter, and the Secretary of State Stephanie Thomas. We'd like to present this to you, Tony, and to the staff, and thank you. Thank you so much for all that you've done and you continue to do, and we look forward to seeing things prosper even more. And I also thank my fellow legislators for just being supportive and for being out to make this happen. Thank you.
Thank you, one and all. I mean, seriously, all of you were incredibly helpful throughout this whole process, and they checked in frequently to see the progress, to make sure I wasn't off spending the money somewhere else. I want our architect and John Carlin and Amanda, could you come up here for a minute, both of you?
I just want to say thank you to the Chamber of Commerce. You know, we're a New London-based business. We've been here 20 years, and the Chamber and their board put their confidence in our company to deliver this project. So, you know, it meant a lot to us. We know how important this project is to the community. I'd also want to thank Amanda and her team at Silver Petrocelli. They have an office right down the road. They're a fantastic architectural firm, very easy to work with, and I don't always say that as a contractor. Finally, I would say, you know, I want to thank, you know, in my position, I make a lot of promises to people, and, you know, really the folks that deliver are my team. Bill Donovan and Scott Tracy are here. So I just want to call them out because they make me look good. They make Carlin Construction look good, and without them, it doesn't happen.
I just wanted to say thank you to the Chamber for the opportunity to be a part of this vision, because from the very beginning it has truly been a labor of love, and it's been wonderful to see the project start from concept to seeing everybody standing on the patio tonight. So I'm just very grateful to have worked with a fantastic Chamber, the great contractors that helped our vision come to reality, and the opportunity to give you the space to grow. So thank you very much.
The real truth is that there were times when I was a total pain in the butt. But honestly, they really were determined to get the project right from the beginning. So it was very, very helpful and wonderful to work with both of you. So thank you. I want to call a man that has really been on the front lines of transforming New London, Dash Davidson. Dash, where are you? You're over here. Let me just say a couple of words about this man. Most of the renovation going on Bank Street in the Manwaring building, where 60 Connecticut College students now live, this is the man that's making it happen, he and his partner. So Dash, thank you so much. And before you leave this evening, Dash has graciously opened up the bank. He's recently purchased the Day buildings and the bank, the savings bank. And I think he has a brewery over there going, don't you? So anyway, Dash, thank you so much, but say a few words.
Thanks, Tony. So when Tony says he's bought and opening up the bank, don't get the wrong idea, everybody. It's no money in there anymore. But thank you very much, Tony. And as he mentioned, the good news is I'm the last speaker. So thank you all for sticking through this. And with that in mind, I just wanted to say three things tonight. So first of all, most importantly, thank you to Tony and the mayor for bringing the Chamber downtown where it belongs. So thank you very much. That's the most important thing. And secondly, I'd just like to say thank you to all of you for being here, and just look around. What an incredible crowd. So it's amazing to see all these people here in downtown, and Tony, you picked a good day for the weather. And then third, and my final point, Tony kind of spoiled the punchline, but I'm very proud to announce that our newest project is going to be right across the street here at the Citizens Bank building. And if you're interested in learning more, we have opened up the lobby, and there will be some pictures about what we're hoping to do there. So very happy to say soon, Tony, we will be neighbors. So thank you very much.